Welcome, everybody, to Progress Mindset Podcast, a lifestyle podcast where we discuss everything from health, wealth, wellness, business, anything to help you grow and develop into the best version of yourself. I'm your host, Afia, and I'm with my co host, Franz, and let's get into it. Hope everyone is doing well today. We are back with another episode of Progress Mindset Podcast. And today we want to discuss the importance of why separation, while elevation requires separation. Now, that is elevating in your mindset, elevating in your lifestyle, elevating in the things that you do on your daily life. Sometimes the things that are around us while we elevate no longer serve us. That could be people, that could be your job, that could be your surrounding, that could be the area that you live in. It's very important that you're constantly doing inventory of the things around you that don't serve you in a positive way. Don't you agree, Franz?
Yes. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? Hope everyone is doing well. How are you, Afia?
I'm doing I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Wonderful. I'm good. Yeah, but to get back to your point, I definitely agree. Yes, you definitely gotta check your circle. You gotta check your surrounding. You know, check check to make sure that who you have around you, have the right intentions, and it could be your immediate circle. It could be your friends, your family. It could even go for the occupation that you're doing. You just got to make sure that you're in the right place. You got to make sure that where you at, is where you want to be, and is also the people that's around you or who you should be surrounding yourself with. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, um, I'm sure most of us have heard the story of Shanquilla Robinson, and you know, she thought that she was, um, going on vacation, to have a good time, and then, all of a sudden, she didn't come back home.
Crazy.
So, she obviously went on vacation with people that she trusted to a certain amount.
Uh-huh.
And, it's like, according to the news, she was doing well with herself. And, you know, this was just unfortunate to happen. Sometimes they were saying that she paid for everything. Again, these are all alleged. We don't know. Just speaking of what the news is saying. And sometimes you want to help the people that's around you while you're doing great, because we have that survivor's remorse. You know,
Uh-huh.
where we're doing good and we want to help the people around us, but sometimes the people around us are going to bring us down.
Right.
And again, that even goes for your situation. For example, like people, they want to stay where they grew up, but they're unable to find a job, or they find a job and they're still struggling because they want to keep up. Maybe their environment is doesn't serve you.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you may have a job, you get a promotion, or whatever it is, you still want to hang out with your friends who may not be on the same level with you, or you get married, and then you have single friends, and you still want to be that person, but you're a different person now. And unfortunately, the life that you used to live before, you can no longer live it.
Uh-huh.
It requires you to separate from the things that you knew to what you know now. It even says something like that in the Bible. Like when a man gets married, he has to cleave his way from his mother, his family,
Mm-hmm.
That is, it's of course it's just using that one metaphor, but I'm pretty sure it's a metaphor for everything in life. You're when you go on to the next level of where you're supposed to be, you are supposed to cleave your way from things that you knew before. I know sometimes we want to hold on to it, but sometimes separating is going to get you to that next level. Can't hold on to your past and decide to move forward. You know, it's like driving. You can't look in your rear and your front at the same time. One of them is going to suffer. you know?
Yeah, that's a great example. Like when you driving, once you pass a certain point, you can't keep looking back,
Mhm.
because looking back is really not gonna help. So you gotta steer forward towards the future.
Yeah, you only look back when you have to go forward, right? When you switching lanes, you only looking back. You only
And you're not looking that far back. Just a couple of feet, just to allow you
Mhm.
to merge safely. And then
Even when you reversing to a parking spot, you're looking back to make sure all coasts are clear, and then you proceed forward.
yes, because back to what you were saying about um the young lady that was killed in was it in Mexico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a very sad situation. But at first, you was hearing all these stories and of how her friends and all was saying this and that happened and stuff, and then come down to it, as they dig deeper, they're finding like new information and even video footage and of how things went down there. That they even showed her getting into an altercation, I think, with one of the friends, where she
Mm-hmm.
didn't really want to retaliate,
Mm-hmm.
and because she seems to be a very peaceful person, and it looked like whoever the other individual was that was trying to fight her, but she didn't want to fight back. And even from the beginning, they had showed another clips when she first entered the suite, like just the vibe in the room alone,
Mm-hmm.
just so weird. That's why it's very important for you to just to check the people that you are around. Like when you enter a room, when you enter a space, even though you are familiar with the faces, just check the vibe. Check the room. Make sure you do like a 360 view, just to make sure that everything is all right. That you are safe. I know it's hard. It's hard to even think like that when you're just thinking about having fun with your friends. These are the people that you probably grew up with, but not everyone have your the best attention. They don't. Not everyone want to see you win. Not everyone want to see you grow, especially when you start having success. Sometimes people pretend like they're happy for you, but it's not always what you think it is, or because you never know what's being said behind your back. Based not everyone, but sometimes there are people that put on a front. In front of you, maybe they just say all the right stuff, but behind your back, if you really have other good friends that they communicate with, those people will tell you what's being
Mm-hmm.
said behind your back, and that will help you learn or know who to trust, and know who to say certain things to, and know who to close your eyes when you're around. So it's very sad just to see things like that just keep happening, because that's not the first time that I hear of something, even though it's not 100% similar, but I hear stories of that happened in the past that's similar to her story. To where someone will go to a party, and then things would happen, and they're supposed to be around their friends, around people that they accustomed to hanging out with. So it's just you just gotta make sure that you surround yourself with good people. Make sure that the people that surround you really really care about you. That they're not being fake. I know sometimes it's hard to read somebody's heart, but Sometimes you get the feeling. You just have this feeling that things are not 100%. And if you do get that thought, if that thought comes to your head, they require a little more a little more inspection. Don't just ignore it. So if you're feeling funny, let's say you enter a space, or you go to a party, or you go to somebody's house, things just doesn't feel right. Just listen to your conscience, and, and just do what's best for you. But yeah, above all, just try to, you know, try to look out for yourself. Try to surround yourself with with good people, and like we were saying before, um, as you elevate, as you grow in life and become a better person, um, unfortunately, you can't take everybody with you,
Mhm.
because not everyone is in the same level as you, and
Yeah.
you can tell, because for you to get to where you are now, wherever you at in your life right now, if you have 10% progress from last year, that's that's fine, that's great, because 10% is better than minus 10%. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So if you're at a position right now, um and the individuals that's been in your life for years, like it could be whatever, best friends, family members, and they're not trying to move forward towards the same direction that you're going, which is to better yourself. Sometimes it's better to try to separate yourself. And at most time, it's just gonna happen. You don't even have to force it, because sometimes God just remove you from certain environments, and like years later, and sometimes you don't realize that you actually um dividing yourself from those people, or from people that people you love. It just happened. It's just that you start thinking different, and you stop hanging out less.
Yeah.
You start doing things that you never did before, that makes sense to you now.
Mhm.
It's whether you start reading, or you just change your activities, and then people just probably start looking at you funny, but it really doesn't matter. It's all about what makes you happy. But like I'm saying, I know I got a little bit off track, but what I'm saying by removing certain people from your circles, because not everyone is trying to go to the same destination as you. Some people, like Afia was saying from the beginning, some folks are not looking to relocate. They are fine where they at. But you, obviously, you realize that wherever you at now is not where you want to be for the rest of your life. You want to move to a different level. You want to do bigger things, and in order for you to accomplish those things, you're gonna have to change. And when you change, sometimes you gotta move. And
Mhm.
it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to move physically, mentally. That's even changing mentally is more important than you packing up, moving from Alaska to New York City. So when you change mentally, it's a brand new world out there for you. The opportunities are more clear. You have more clarity to do bigger things. So, but period, you can't you can't take everybody with you. So sometimes God remove people from your circle for a reason, and and it's sometimes it will be years down the road. You'd be like, damn, what happened to this person? I wonder why I stopped hanging out with them.
Yeah.
We used to be so tight. I say that all the time, and I
Mhm.
don't mean any hard feelings. It's just that you just grow apart from certain environments, from certain activities, and it's a beautiful thing, because then you look at yourself in the mirror. You like, damn, I'm a man. I'm growing, and it have nothing to do with the money. It have nothing to do with income. It's just a pleasure that you get from just thinking different, from just being a better human being. So yeah, like we saying, you cannot take everything with you to the next level, and you can't take everyone with you. So It could be from people to other stuff that you had in your life that you will no longer need in the next step of your life. But yeah, you just definitely gotta watch yourself. You gotta watch your surrounding. You gotta like really have your best interests at heart because not everyone else does.
Yeah, and beware of people that when you give them tell them your ideas, they're telling you, "Oh, that's crazy. That's thinking too big. I don't think that could happen." You know.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's a that's a no because nobody have control over that, you know. Because if you want better for yourself, most time only you can see it, you know. You
Mhm.
because you have to be able to see it before you can accomplish it. So obviously, if you say that you want something, even though it's not in your hands yet, but you know that you're gonna get it because you already made the plans of how you're gonna do it. You have goals, and once you have the goals, that's where it starts. So don't let nobody discourage you and by telling you that you can't accomplish certain things and you're not good enough, or look where you live, look where you from. You know, people like us can't have those things. You know,
Mhm.
that's not true because it all starts with a dream. You know, it all starts with you having a vision.
And we
And
all get different visions. Like my vision that God's given me for my life is different than yours.
mm-hmm.
So that's why people can't see your vision because God, when He gives you a vision, He's already giving you a preview of what's to come.
Right.
It's only up to you to believe it. So sometimes those things aren't for everybody.
No, it's not. And that's why, that's why we saying you got to surround yourself with people that will understand that, people that will encourage you, to want to pursue those things. Because if, let's say for example, you have big goals, but then you continue to hang with people that's just, that's just doesn't think right, that don't think that you can accomplish anything, that just keep bashing you, telling you that you're not good enough, you shouldn't try. But because if you continue to hang around negative minded people, those things is going to have a toll on you. I'm not saying that it's going to stop you from ever accomplishing that particular dream, but it can slow it down,
Hmm.
because then it's just going to have you keep, you might get into reach into a position where you're just gonna be like, oh man, am I really good enough? Maybe they're right. Start doubting yourself. So let's say you do surround yourself with people that's, self motivated, people that push you, that inspired you to want to do better. Those people, when you have those big goals, and let's say you do happen to share it with them, trust me, they're not gonna discourage you. They're gonna tell you, yeah, you can do it. Just continue to think. Continue to push, continue to reach. And if you fail, just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, keep trying, and keep going at it. When you try something a certain way and it doesn't work, to that you're doing to try to help you get towards that dream that you try to accomplish. What you gotta do is the next time you do it a little bit different. But if you have those negative minded people around you, they're gonna be like, you see, we told you, son, you can't do it. Look at that.
Hmm.
You keep trying and you keep failing. But if you are around people that's gonna push you, that's gonna inspire you, trust me, as you fall short towards certain dreams, they're just gonna like continue to encourage you or try to even help you to strategize to do things a little bit different, so you can accomplish those important things that you have in mind. So it's very, very important to 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 have a good circle, or sometimes no circle at all. Like if the people around you is dragging you down, it's better you better off being along with God than to have a whole bunch of people around you, to have a big entourage. Because sometimes a huge entourage doesn't really mean anything. Having a whole
Hmm.
bunch of people surrounding you in a circle, hyping you, but not really helping you is really not. it's really not that helpful at all. You need strong-minded people around you. You need positivity. You need good vibes. Good strength. People that inspired you. Like those are the type of folks you need around you. And the reason why I said you'd be better off by yourself, along with God on your side, is because then you'll be able to focus more. You'll be able to do more. So yeah, just just don't feel like you need a whole bunch of people in order for you to make it to um to make it in this world, or to accomplish those dreams that you have. If nobody believes in you, it really doesn't matter, as long as you believe that you can accomplish those things. And that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
All that matters is it all starts and ends with you. So yep.
Yeah. So the what I would encourage everyone to do today is to, the new year's approaching. Although I don't believe in this new year stuff, time is just moving. But since we are in the land of traditions, the new year is moving, and I encourage you to just do an inventory check of everything in your life, whether it's again the people that you have around you, because you know what they said, if you pick the top 5 people around you, that's who you're going to be in the future.
Oh yeah.
Whether you have a mindset like them, whether it's positive or negative or not, they're going to influence you in some way,
Hmm.
right? So do an inventory check of that. Do an inventory check of the things you eat, what's serving you, what's bringing you down, what's not helping your mental, what's not helping everything. Do an inventory check of your job. Shoot, if it's stressing you out, maybe it's time to look for a new one.
Hmm.
Just do an inventory check of all areas of your life that's not serving you in a positive way. And, you know, time to detox.
Yeah. This don't feel like it's never too late, because I know sometimes when people start getting up in age, and you at a certain place in your life, especially a job, you just feel like this is it. Like if you leave this job, you're probably never gonna find anything better, or it's just too late to start over. I would just like to encourage you that it's never too late. It's never too late to start something new. Because um you never know, like, because the what you probably should be doing in life maybe is not where you at. Maybe you need to relocate and find something better. So obviously, if you're waking up every morning going to a job, and you just feel like you have to pull teeth every day just to go there, it's simply telling you something that maybe that's not where. That's not. I'm not saying you get up and leave the job, but maybe you should, while you at that job, you should start looking into other things that make you happy. Because
Mm-hmm.
really, doing what doing what you do doing working your calling shouldn't feel like a job. Working your purpose be you should do it with nothing but love. You should be happy to do to work that purpose. You should be happy to go to that job if that's what you really really want to do. If that's what you feel like you was put in this earth to do. When you're doing it, you shouldn't feel like work. It shouldn't feel like you have to you have to push yourself that hard for you to go there. So until you start feeling like that, that means it's not it yet. So if you work in a job and you feel like you have to yank yourself to wake up every morning to go there, you still haven't really found your purpose yet.
Yeah.
Maybe your purpose is, you got to go back to the drawing board. Maybe it's written down somewhere within your goals, but it just feel like it's too so hard for you to accomplish it. So you just put it in the back seat. But
Mm-hmm.
usually that's what you got to do, is work your purpose while you working your job, while you working somebody else's dream, you work on your own dream. It's called a plan B. So your plan B is usually what you usually work on your plan B after work. So don't forget that. Don't give up. Don't give up on your goals. Don't fill your schedule with somebody else's dream and forget about your own. So just always remember that that your dream is more important than the other person's dream, because the same way their dream is more important than yours. So you can't fill in the space, all the space, with their dream and forget about yours.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure that you always you just also you also just make sure that you always remind yourself that you are important too. Don't forget that. Don't feel like it's too late. Don't feel like you outage your your goals, because it's never too late or too early. In any days you can start at something anytime, any day. It's all about you just making a decision. Just make a decision that you're gonna start working on it. Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself. It's just like going to the gym. The first day you go, don't stay in there for an hour. Just go for 15 to 20 minutes, 25 minutes max. Do a couple of jumping jacks, stretch, do 10, 25 push-ups, and you go home. Then you come back the next day. You do it again, and then you come back the next day. You do it again. You do another 20 minutes. Don't go crazy, because what happened is when you try to go too hard on something, it just overwhelm the it will just overwhelm you to the point where you be like, oh, this is too hard. How am I gonna do this plus my work plus my job? So you have to kind of pace yourself in order to not overwhelm yourself. So just put in mind that that you are important, that your dreams are important too, because the job that you work in is you are working somebody else's dreams. Someone
Mm-hmm.
constructed that, and whether it's a terrible system or it's a good system, there's a mastermind behind it, and it wasn't you. When you got there,
Mm-hmm.
they told you what to do, right? So
So did.
yeah, so there's somebody else's dream that you're working. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. That's like taking the bus to get to your job.
Mm-hmm.
So the job that you work in, it's a vehicle that helps you get to your destination, which is your goals and dreams.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. All right, guys. Well, we've reached another gem dropping episode, I would say. I think this is something that, we all need to think about. Sometimes we need to just stop, pause, regroup.
Yep.
Don't get caught up, don't get lost. Sometimes, when you're tired and you're feeling like some things are sucking your energy, it's not always you and the work that you're doing. It could just be the people and the things that you're around that's not serving you.
Oh yeah.
So, on that note, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube and our Instagram Progress Mindset Podcast. And if there's anything that you'd like us to talk about, feel free to leave us a message, leave us a comment. What things no longer serve you? What things do you think that you're going to get rid of for the new year or next week? Start today. But make sure that you're doing it. Okay?
Okay.
Bye.
All right, guys. Take care. God bless.